This is Brett Waltemath of the Headliner and Star Watch Media reporting from the 2011 Dallas International Film Festival. Brett Waltemath of Star Watch Media, it's a pleasure to speak with you. You play the role of Angela in Gun Hill Road. Can you please discuss the film with us and a little bit about your character?
I play Angela in the film Gun Hill Road, which is about Isai Morales plays a father who, after 3 years in prison, comes home to reclaim his family, his place in his family, in his neighborhood, in his life, only to find that his wife has been estranged and his son is going through this fierce sexual transition and re-identifying that he cannot relate to nor accept. And being estranged, try to remain the loyal wife and be the peacemaker between father and son while fiercely supporting and protecting my son.
There's a lot of depth behind your character. How did you go about preparing for this role?
We rehearsed furiously for about a month before we started shooting. I interviewed some mothers with LGBT children. I think I got the letters correct in that order. I spoke to our lead actress Harmony Santana's mom, interviewed her extensively. And when I spent time in the Bronx, which is where I'm born and raised. And I just had a child.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much, which is one of the things that actually drew me to the role. So I could really connect to and relate to this fierce, protective need. I almost get emotional still talking about it and referring to it, because it's one of the things that when I read the script, I said, oh, I understand this, don't you touch my baby, leave my baby alone. A sensation that I got, and I felt the absolute need, almost a fear of the role because of its emotional content, but absolute need to tackle it for the same reason.
Born and raised in New York, what was the transition like for you to Los Angeles to pursue your career?
Oh, I hated it. I hated it with a passion. I'll tell you that. The first time I went to Los Angeles, I lasted 9 months. And I got a pilot that took me to Toronto, so I packed all my stuff and I went back. And then the second time I booked Scrubs out of New York City, so they brought me over there. So it's much easier to be in Los Angeles with a job, but it's not a particularly mobile place in that you're reliant. You live in a capsule that is your car, so it's not wide open for you. Not even Dallas, you see people walking around to lunch and hanging out. It's an urban setting where it's kind of like wide open, and it invites you to meet things and see people, and it's not necessarily like that in Los Angeles. It's a little bit more encapsulating, and you have to, it's like, kind of like what do you call it? What's the word? Kind of like clicky. So you have to have somebody invite you to something so that you could know. It's like a secret password or a knock, and that's one of the things that's really challenging to overcome in that town.
You mentioned Scrubs. You're probably best known for your role of Carla in the show. 9 seasons this show went on for. What was the experience like for those years being a part of what's really going down as a historic television show, one of the greatest of all time, and personally one of my favorites. I love the show.
I thank you. You have excellent taste. It felt like 1 year. It was a fantastic time. It was a very creative time. It was the kind of show that I always watch. I would always watch, that I always dreamed of being on. It had elements of both drama and comedy and fantasy, and I got to do everything that I dreamed of doing as an actor on it. So I'm very grateful for the opportunity. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Very few shows last as long as it did, and I can't say more about it except that I'm glad that it happened in my lifetime, in my career, and I'll take that with me wherever I go next.
For me, it always appeared that with the entire cast and crew, that it almost appeared just as a big family of friends that have been together forever. Was that what it was like on the set every day for you?
It absolutely was. We had a lot of fun. We improv'd all the time. We gave each other a lot of crap. We teased each other. Whatever went on in terms of egos outside or beyond never really existed on the set. It was a free and open and creative environment whereupon we could bring what you saw, which is why people really appreciated it. We got to bring the best of us to the characters, and that's why everybody has their favorite, and everybody got to thrive as that individual favorite.
upcoming projects for you that we have to look forward to seeing you in?
I'm developing another screenplay called In the Lower Ninth, based on a family and their struggles and their issues and their triumphs post Katrina, with David Zayas from Dexter, and a wonderful writer named Vince Feller. And I'm developing a show for the stage, going back to New York for a little while, kind of like a cabaret for the stage for myself, where I get to sing and dance and act and perform and create characters as well, and some money projects as well. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Judy. It was wonderful to meet you. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. Take care.